Hey DC Collectors, welcome to a brand new episode of the show. Today we're taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman Last Night on Earth Scarecrow action figure. But before we get into this, if you will, hit that subscribe button and that like button, I sure would appreciate it. Now, on to the review. Here is a very creepy looking Scarecrow action figure, and it comes with the Bane collect-to-build part. This particular storyline is just awesome. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. It's 3 issues, black label, DC. You'll love it. Well, I'm not going to say you'll love it, but if you're into Scott Capullo Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo's work, I just created a comic book art person, didn't I? Scott Capullo. Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo. If you like what they're doing, you're going to love this particular storyline. So let's look at the package for this thing. This is Scarecrow, a creepy version of Scarecrow. The front of the package. Side of the package just gives you the title. Back of the package gives you a nice look at Greg Capullo artwork that this thing's based off of, and 3 more figures that you can find in this particular wave. This side of the package just gives you a good window look into the figure. Top of the box gives you a nice look at the logo and a window look into the figure again. Bottom of the package gives you the UPC in case you're needing that. So, now that we've taken a look at the package, let's open this one up and let's play! Here is Scarecrow out of the package, and since he doesn't have legs, he's laying down for a little bit, taking a rest until we can get to him. But first, let's look at the accessories that he comes with. He comes with this cool collectible card here showing Scarecrow on top of Bane. This is the way, ideally, this is the way it's going to look once you build Bane, and Scarecrow just kind of hangs out on Bane's back. Back of the card just gives you data on this figure or this character from that book. He comes with a flight stand because, you know, he doesn't have legs, so no reason to have the black disc base. So he gets the clear DC base with the flight stand, which, if you've seen any of the other McFarlane videos that I've done about figures that come with this is a very cool piece. And you can see it just sort of, see the T-shape there, fits right there, it just slides in, snaps in place. Boom, you have a stand. He comes with Bane's torso. This thing is ginormous as well, and I can tell already by looking at these leg pegs, I'm gonna have trouble putting this one together. So there might be some boiling water in my future when it comes to putting these things together. And we're gonna take a look at Scarecrow himself. Now this guy is just wicked. Only McFarlane Toys can pull something off like this. I mean, this guy's just so wicked. And I'm sorry, my camera doesn't really do it justice, but you ought to see the face inside of the mask. I mean, it is just horrific. Just a horrific Scarecrow. I mean, I would love to get some backstory on what happened to him to make him this way. I mean, look, is that his spine? Like the back of his spine? Oh gosh, this is so horrible. And if you look, his guts come out. This is the way he sticks into Bane's back. You can see a little peg comes out. Bane has a hole back there. Kind of just slides in like so. We'll do what if I can make it happen. Okay, obviously that's not gonna go as planned either, so just takes a little getting used to. And there he goes. Then I'm sure you could adjust his arms so they kind of go over his arms like this. Stick him over here to the side so you can see him coming over. But then we're going to take a closer look at just the paint apps on this. Okay, so there's not really much that can go wrong on this as far as paint apps go. I mean, you have the brown coat, which is pretty cool. You have zombie looking stuff, which is all gray and black and is going to be, you know, kind of nasty. His hands pretty much the same way. The only thing that could go wrong is the red on the needles, and they look just fine to me. I don't see anything, you know, totally out of whack with those. All right, so let's look at the sculpt. And again, you know, I think you can see that pretty good. You know, I've got these bright lights here on these toys, so I can't really tell if the camera's picking it up well, but that is a gnarly sculpt inside there. The head of Scarecrow is just totally rad. He's got the rope around his neck here, the noose. The coat is just pure Scarecrow. It's all tattered and torn in all the right places to give it a creepy vibe. He's got the little bandages his little wraps around his wrist there. You can tell his hands have been, well, his hands are still there. It's just his fingers have kind of been removed, and now he has all these needles for fingers here to stick into Bruce and Dick and all the Bat family there to try to quell their uprising against Omega. Now, you'll see when coming out of the package, some of these fingers will get all mismatched and bent into the wrong shapes here and overlap, and you just have to work those out on your own as you get them out. But there is some articulation there. And then, of course, here's the legs. Just some tattered shreds of his coat. All right, so as far as articulation goes, his head is on a ball joint as well, so he can do some pretty nasty movements there. Not too much, though, because he has this, I guess that's like oxygen support or something on there, and the noose around his neck, which kind of limits what he can do. There is no turn of any of this. It's just one piece. Does he have, I don't know if he has, he does have butterfly shoulders. He does. They can go up about that far, turn all the way around. Elbows do bend, turn at the forearm there. There's no double jointed, but I mean, there's no need for double joint there. He does have articulation here at the fingers. The thumbs do not have it, but these two fingers are tied in. See, two for here, articulation wise. That's it. But I mean, do you really need anything else other than that? I mean, this guy, wrist articulation, he can do quite a bit on his own. So that's just really, really nice. Really nice way to make this figure. I'm surprised they even made this figure, to be honest, because I mean, you're selling a toy to kids with no legs. So I don't know. Let's see how he looks when you put him on the stand here. All right, so there he is on the flight stand. Not much to it. You kind of have to, if you'll look here, I'll turn him to the side. You kind of have to put the coat over the back just to get him just to give that flight stand something to grab, because there's not much there to grab since he has no lower body really. But other than that, this is a really, really neat figure. The $19.99 price point, it's a little much considering you only get half of a figure, but I think this makes up for it, this huge piece of plastic here, the torso, because you know that once you buy the other 3 figures in this wave, you're going to make a very, very cool Bane other than the paint job. Alrighty, so this is it for this figure. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, hit that subscribe button and that like button. I sure would appreciate it. You can follow me on DCCollectors.com each and every day, and you can find me on social media at DCCollectors. Until next time.